Let us proceed with the first song.
James Horwill. Birthplace, Brisbane, Australia. James Doohan. Birthplace, Vancouver, Canada. More James Doohan. 335 of 753 people we wish were still alive. 964 of 1883. The greatest actors and actresses in entertainment history. 15 of 16 the most memorable celebrity funerals. James Whitmore. Birthplace, USA, White Plains, New York. More James Whitmore. 167 of 302 the greatest actors who have never won an Oscar for acting. 134 of 237 which actor would you bring back for one final movie? 47 of 54 50 plus celebrities who went to Yale. James Rebhorn. Birthplace, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America. More James Rebhorn. 9 of 15 actors whose deaths became storylines. 13 of 34 celebrities who were in Lambda Chi Alpha. 16 of 19 famous people who have had skin cancer. James Cook. Birthplace, Marsden, United Kingdom. James Arness. Birthplace, Minneapolis, USA, Minnesota. More James Arness. 785 of 1017 the best actors in film history. 12 of 163 the greatest Western movie stars. 208 of 461 the best TV actors of all time. James Baldwin. Birthplace, Harlem, New York City, New York. More James Baldwin. 250 of 1172 the best writers of all time. 5 of 250 the best gay authors. 30 of 342 the greatest American writers of all time. James Thomas, Jr. Birthplace, Mobile, Alabama, United States of America. More James Thomas, Jr. 22 of 170 the best Survivor contestants that ever played. 18 of 38 the all-time greatest Survivor winners. 26 of 33 the most days played on Survivor. James A. Garfield. Birthplace, Moreland Hills, Ohio, United States of America.
Let us proceed with the first song.
James Ellroy. Birthplace, Los Angeles, California, United States of America. More James Ellroy. 167 of 309 famous people most likely to live to 100. 107 of 209 the greatest living writers and most famous authors today. 12 of 172 the best crime authors. James D. Watson. Birthplace, Chicago, Illinois. More James D. Watson. 210 of 1355 the greatest minds of all time. 166 of 2443 the most influential people of all time. James Clement. Birthplace, Lafayette, Louisiana, United States of America. James Mason. Birthplace, Huddersfield, United Kingdom. More James Mason. 42 of 75 famous actors who were almost James Bond. 43 of 113 the best English actors of all time. James Avery. Birthplace, Suffolk, Virginia, United States of America. More 35 of 191. The greatest black actors in film history. 53 of 126. The all-time best voice actors. 147 of 183. Celebrities you feel like you know. James Slipper. Birthplace, Gold Coast, Australia. James Earl Ray. Birthplace, Alton, Illinois. More James Earl Ray. 9 of 16. What actually happened to famous assassins. 6 of 20 famous people with cirrhosis. 18 of 32 famous people with hepatitis C. James Buchanan. Birthplace, Cove Gap, Pennsylvania, USA. James Marsters. Birthplace, Greenville, California, United States of America. More James Marsters. 391 of 439 famous men you'd want to have a beer with. 11 of 22. The best actors who played or voiced Lex Luthor. 4 of 13. Here's what the cast of Buffy the Vampire Slayer looks like now. James K. Polk. Birthplace, Pineville, Mecklenburg County, United States of America. United States with territories. More James K. Polk. 31 of 44. Which U.S. presidents do you wish were in charge right now? 31 of 45. Who would win in an ultimate presidential fist fight? James Hetfield. Birthplace, Downey, California, United States of America. More James Hetfield. 22 of 55. Straight edge celebrities. 103 of 603. The best rock vocalists. 148 of 739. The best singers of all time. James Watt. Birthplace, Greenock, United Kingdom. James Blunt. Birthplace, Tidworth, United Kingdom. More James Blunt. The best James Blunt songs. The best James Blunt albums of all time. 188 of 316. The greatest singers of the past 30 years. James Rodrguez. Birthplace, Cucuta, Colombia. More James Rodriguez. 477 of 1310. The best soccer players of all time. 1127 of 1816. The best athletes of all time. 61 of 356. The best current soccer players. James Madison. Birthplace, Port Conway, Colony of Virginia, British America. James Cagney. Birthplace, New York City, New York, United States of America. More James Cagney. The best James Cagney movies. 78 of 310. The coolest actors ever. 15 of 23 people who won Oscars for the wrong film. James Carville. Birthplace, Carville, Louisiana, United States of America. More James Carville. 47 of 160. The most ridiculous political pundits. 52 of 80 famous people with ADHD. 5 of 14 celebrities who live in New Orleans. James Beek. Birthplace, Cheshire, Connecticut, USA. More James Beek. 66 of 119. The greatest 90s teen stars. 158 of 191. The greatest child stars who are still acting, 4 of 14 heartthrobs from the 90s ranked by how much we're still crushing. James Milner. Birthplace, Wortley, United Kingdom. More James Milner, 390 of 1310. The best soccer players of all time, 123 of 356. The best current soccer players, 120 of 164. Who's the best player in the Premier League? James Brolin. Birthplace, Los Angeles, USA. California. More James Brolin, 62 of 146. The best Hallmark Channel actors, 36 of 75. Famous actors who were almost James Bond. James May. Birthplace, Bristol, England. James Woods. Birthplace, Vernal, Utah, United States of America. James Stewart. Birthplace, Indiana, Pennsylvania, United States of America. James Monroe. Birthplace, Monroe Hall, Virginia, British America. More James Monroe, 23 of 44. Which U.S. presidents do you wish were in charge right now? James Coburn. Birthplace, Laurel, Nebraska, United States of America. More James Coburn. The best James Coburn movies, 46 of 163. The greatest Western movie stars. James Patterson. Birthplace, Newburgh, New York, United States of America. More James Patterson. The best James Patterson books, authors like James Patterson, 238 of 342. The greatest American writers of all time. James Spader. Birthplace, Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. More James Spader. The best James Spader movies, 141 of 269. The most trustworthy celebrities in the world. James Garner. Birthplace, Norman, Oklahoma, USA. More James Garner. The best James Garner movies, unbelievably macho tales of James Garner from his heyday. James Cromwell. Birthplace, Los Angeles, USA. California. More James Cromwell, 393 of 904. Celebrity death, Pool 2021, 138 of 309. Famous people most likely to live to 100, 114 of 187. The best living American actors. James Taylor. Birthplace, Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. More James Taylor. The best James Taylor songs of all time, 71 of 603. The best rock vocalists, 439 of 739. The best singers of all time. James Caan. Birthplace, New York City, New York, USA. James Brown. Birthplace, USA. South Carolina, Barnwell. More James Brown. The best James Brown albums of all time, 68 of 316. The greatest singers of the past 30 years. James Gandolfini. Birthplace, Westwood, New Jersey, United States of America more James Gandolfini 171 of 753 people. We wish were still alive 148 of 302 the greatest actors who have never won an Oscar for acting. James Harden. Birthplace, Los Angeles, California more James Harden the best Harden ball. 3 colorways, ranked 30 of 786 the top NBA players of all time 16 of 161, the best NBA players with no championship rings. James Earl Jones. Birthplace, Arcabutla, Mississippi, United States of America. James G. Birthplace, Marion, Indiana, United States of America. James Cameron. Birthplace, Kapuskasing, Canada more James Cameron 20 of 249 the greatest living directors, ranked 51 of 743, the greatest directors in movie history. James Corden. Birthplace, London Borough of Hillingdon, United Kingdom more James Corden 37 times James Corden's carpool karaoke segments made your day 31 of 50 celebrities you're sick of in 2021 133 of 242 the hottest men of 2019 rank. James McAvoy. Birthplace, Port Glasgow, United Kingdom more James McAvoy 14 things you didn't know about James McAvoy the best James McAvoy movies 22 of 264 the best male actors working today. James Marsden. Birthplace, Stillwater, USA, Oklahoma more James Marsden 802 of 1017 the best actors in film history 258 of 310 the coolest actors ever 70 of 188 the hottest men of 2021 rank. James Franco. Birthplace, Palo Alto, California, United States of America more James Franco the 25 weirdest things James Franco has ever done the best James Franco movies.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.